Hello again, Bartholomew. I trust you're having a great day. There's just a few follow-up things I'd like us to do together. They're simple, and I won't take up much of your time. Research has shown that 90% of patients that have continued to follow what they've learned in the program will still be sleeping better 1 year later. I really want to show you how to be one of those 90%. First, I want to talk to you about how to prevent a relapse of insomnia. We've already talked a bit about the need to keep up your sleep diary and to maintain your sleep restrictions for now. But I want you to remember not to throw out everything else you've learned. Keeping up with what we call sleep hygiene is a lifelong process. That means you can't turn up the thermostat and turn your clock around just because you don't have me to answer to anymore. You should keep up on sleep hygiene the same way you keep up on personal hygiene. It should be just part of your routine. Stimulus control is the same way. You can't start using your bed as your home office just because I'm not there telling you can't. And if it ever happens, you should never lie in bed for more than 20 perceived minutes without getting up, going to another room, and doing a quiet activity. As your sleep continues to improve, this should happen less often, but you have to be prepared to act if it does happen. Now, if your sleep efficiency is above 90%, you can start to use your bed for other quiet activities, but try to limit that use for 30 to 45 minutes. Reading or watching TV is probably fine. Blue light producing activities like phone or computer use should still be avoided. The other thing you should never do is try to compensate for a poor night's sleep by sleeping more the next day or taking a long nap. We've discussed this, but it's very important that you keep a consistent bedtime and wake schedule. Trying to compensate will throw off your body's natural sleep clock and could spark more insomnia. Remember, your body works hard to get the rest it needs. Having a poor night's sleep could actually lead to a better night's sleep the following night, as long as you stay on schedule. Secondly, I should let you know that occasional bouts of short-term insomnia are both normal and to be expected. Even the best sleepers sometimes have poor nights here and there, so it's no cause for alarm. Usually these nights of poor sleep are caused by some life events that have produced stress or worry. I know you're versed in what to do if stress or worry is keeping you awake, so I'm confident you can overcome these bumps in the road. How insomnia persists for more than 3 nights in a row, especially if there's no additional stressor causing you to stay awake, then it's time to buckle down and make sure your sleep restrictions are in place and you're practicing good sleep hygiene. The last thing either of us want is to see long-term insomnia return, so don't let it go on too long before you take action. If you do find yourself in trouble down the road, and have forgotten some of what I've told you, there's always the option of regaining access to the sessions at a reduced price. The login just has to occur from the same IP address as your original login to get the reduced price. If this is the case, please email us for new login credentials. If your experience was a positive one, we'd also be really grateful if you'd refer your friends and family to us. Cogni Sleep would also make the perfect gift for that person in your life who has everything except a good night's sleep. If your experience was less than positive, we'd like to hear about that as well. Send us an email so we can discuss what happened and try to make things right. If you've followed through the program but are still having daytime sleepiness or trouble sleeping, you may have a medical or mental health condition that is contributing to your sleep issues. There's no shame in that, and we can help. You should either make an appointment to see your general practitioner, or we do have an option available where you can see a medical or mental health professional right from your own phone or computer. There's an additional charge for this service, but it may be covered by your health insurance. Conditions like sleep apnea can contribute to a variety of health problems and should be addressed as soon as possible. Before we get to the end, I'd like to show you something. This is a chart that shows the progress of your sleep efficiency over the course of our time together. How does it look to you? This should present a visual representation of what you're fighting for in keeping up with the program. Where do you want your sleep efficiency to be? The final thing I'd like to ask you to do is to complete a short survey about your Cogni Sleep experience. We're committed to providing the best service possible, and we need your feedback to continue to improve our processes. Please rate Cogni Sleep using a 5-star rating system where 5 stars is the best and 1 star is the worst. How would you rate your overall sleep quality after completing the Cogni Sleep program? How much did you feel the program was tailored to your needs? This is the goal you choose in the first session. How well did Dr. Cogni do in helping you achieve your goal? How well did you like Dr. Cogni as your guide for this adventure? How likely would you be to recommend Cogni Sleep to a friend or family member? After completing the program, how good do you feel about the money you spent to purchase Cogni Sleep Access? How would you rate the sign-up process for Cogni Sleep? Overall, how helpful were the reminder emails you received from Cogni Sleep? Please rate your overall experience with Cogni Sleep. Include any additional comments here. If you gave us 3 or less stars on any of the above questions, please let us know why we didn't meet your expectations. Thank you again for choosing Cogni Sleep. It was a pleasure working with you. Hope you have sweet dreams.